Hello and welcome everybody to the Network Binary channel once again. In our last video, we have seen how TCP/IP and OSI model really work. This session is in continuation of that one. Here we will explore how ICMP, UDP and TCP looks when we go ahead for the packet capture for them. So the agenda for this session is that we are going to capture ICMP packet. For that one, I will use ping command to generate some ICMP data, and then we'll see how it looks like in the packet capture, and then we'll go for the DNS packet capture, which works based on UDP. So DNS goes in UDP and then in IP. That I will talk in a moment. And then we will also see the Telnet, which is TCP based service we have. All right, so just a quick recap before we go ahead for the packet capture. This is for ICMP. We are taking a look now. Let's see that we're typing 192.168.1.50 in our command prompt, and our operating system builds a data, which is a random data, depends on the operating system what kind of data this is going to generate. So this ping goes to ICMP, then ICMP to IP, then to Ethernet. So this builds a frame now, and then it goes to the LAN card. LAN card converts that frame into digital signal. Now this digital signal reaches to the destination, and once it goes to the destination convert back to frame and then reads the information one by one. This decapsulate the frame into packet, then into segment, and then in application it reads out. So this is a quick review what we covered in our last session in detail. Now here, this is a sample topology I have created for you that we have on the left hand side PC, got IP 192.168.1.10. On the right hand side, we have the server 192.168.1.50. So I have already prepared that topology for you on the GNS. Now let's take a look on this PC here on the left hand side. I would like to go ahead for the packet capture. Let's start the packet capture here, and then on the PC, I'm going to generate ping 192.168.1.50. So this is ping tool or ping utility, which will generate ICMP packet. Now I have many ICMP packet generated, not many actually, these are a total 10, 5 requests and 5 replies. So this is the first packet, which is from 1.10 from this PC to the server, which is, this is your first information frame number 2. Okay, this is a summary, but we will focus on the second one. So this is Ethernet. Ethernet frame is received on the LAN card, which has the source MAC address, this one here, CC01EFEC0000, and that's the destination MAC address, which is the MAC address of this server it's on. And we have seen ether type in that encapsulation table. This is here. So if you remember that, if you have practiced that encapsulation table, probably you know by heart now that this is ether type 0x0800 for IP, and for ARP, for reverse ARP, we have different ether types. So next one, because this is saying that I have IP version 4 0x0800, so this is the next header we got, and if you expand that one, in this expansion, you will see the protocol ICMP, which is protocol number 1. That again, I highlighted that ICMP is a different protocol. There is no relation between UDP and TCP. So this is protocol number 1. Though on TCP and UDP, they have protocol number 6 and 17. So this is carrying the information of ICMP. Now here the source address and the destination address is given. Now if I minimize this IP header and Ethernet, so this IP header is indicating that the next header will be ICMP. So if I go ahead and expand this a little bit, so you will see that this is ICMP header next we have. In this ICMP header, you see that this is type and code information we have for ICMP. So this is type 8 code 0, which is ICMP echo request. And this is the data which is built by operating system, 72 bytes here. This is router actually, router creates 72 bytes of the data. If this is Windows operating system, then it generates 32 bytes of data. So this is echo request. When it reaches to the server, server responds back. So this is the response of the server we have. The only difference you will see here in terms of uh, ICMP code and type, that this is type 0 code 0 we have, which is echo reply. A part of that, source MAC address and destination MAC address will be reverse. And this is ether type is again IP, and then IP will have source IP and destination IP address mirror. And then we have this ICMP. So this is ICMP packet capture. I hope this is informative for you for ICMP. Let's go back to our PPT where we were discussing. Okay, so this is ICMP packet, everybody. I hope you get how this is encapsulated, the different parts of the frame which contains ICMP and ping. Now we are moving to our next part, which is for DNS packet capture. So DNS query goes to UDP. It's a UDP based service, and then it goes to IP header, then to Ethernet, and then it goes to the LAN card. LAN card converts that into signal, and then it goes to destination, and the destination decapsulate that thing. You have seen that multiple times, probably you know this one. All right, everybody, now let's take a look how the DNS query work on the Wireshark. So DNS, we have seen DNS goes to UDP, UDP to IP, and then in Ethernet. So I'm going to run ping www.networkbinary.com. So once you type that command, I have echo request and echo reply. I'm looking for the DNS query and DNS reply. In that case, what it is sending the information. So this is a DNS standard query, and then the response we have. So if I just filter that DNS, you will see that this is the query generated, and then this is the response we have. So in the query, let's bit by bit we understand. So this is the Ethernet frame received on the server. It has ether type 0x0800, which is IP header, and then if you go for the IP header, it contains UDP protocol number 17. And if you take a look on that one UDP, you will have a destination port number 53, and source port is random port number, which indicates that this query is from client to server. And then this is DNS query we have. And if you expand the query, it is asking the IP address. Type A is the IP address of www.networkbinary.com. So this is our first frame here for the query, and the response is on the packet number, or sorry, the frame number 8. And in that frame number 8, if you see, again, same thing is going to happen. So if you go for Ethernet, it has IP. If you open up IP, it has UDP. If you open up the UDP, it has its source port number 53. It means this is from the server, and this is going to the destination, to that PC. And this is the DNS, and server is saying, my friend, you asked me one question, and that's your query. What is the IP address of networkbinary.com? And I'm giving you the answer that networkbinary.com is at 192.168.1.50. All right. So this is our UDP packet capture based on DNS service. Now let's take a look on the TCP connection after that. So let's go back to PPT and try to understand how PPT works. All right, same thing happened here. We got, let's say, Telnet. Telnet goes to TCP, TCP to IP, IP to Ethernet, and then it goes to the LAN card, converts into the signal. Signal goes to the destination. Destination receives that one, and then it decapsulate step by step. And now we have the Telnet on the server, and the response I will show you in the on the packet capture itself. Same topology, we're going to take a look. So this time I'm going to take Telnet. My packet capture is already going on. I haven't stopped that one. So let's go ahead and type the command telnet 192.168.1.50. So this is asking username. Let's say username is admin, and password, I don't know actually, I forgot the password. Cisco123. Okay, so I'm in. So everything what I tried here based on Telnet, it has been captured what I typed. Okay, so let me show the Telnet kind of data. So probably this is captured. Yes, here we have the Telnet. So this is TCP first. TCP works in such a way that it does not send the real data from the application at initial stage. First, it goes for three-way handshake. So let me filter the TCP and Telnet. So this is Telnet and TCP, only these kind of data I am going to see. Okay, so end operation TCP and Telnet will only show Telnet. Let me say TCP or Telnet. So it starts with the TCP three-way handshake, SYN, SYNAC, and ACK, and take a look that there is no any real data into that one. It's just a communication from source to destination to synchronize the sequence number and acknowledgement number. So this is Ethernet frame, which contains IP, then it contains TCP. Here you will see that there is something called flag. SYN flag is on. So this is set. And then on reply, you have SYN on and acknowledgement on. And then again, as a acknowledgement to that SYN of the destination, we have SYN on and acknowledgement. So this is acknowledgement on. SYN is already sent. Then the real telnet data is sent. So you remember telnet goes to TCP, TCP to IP. Now I would like to read it from the bottom. So whatever the data we have in the telnet is clear text. So make sure that you do not use it. This is only for example for the demonstration I'm using. We should not use that in real scenarios. So we have this telnet here, and telnet goes to TCP, and take a look on the TCP source port number, destination port number, and we have some flags of TCP. I will create another video for the TCP in detail. And then we have this IP header. TCP goes to IP and then IP into Ethernet. For reverse, let's go to Ethernet. It contains IP. If you go to IP, it contains protocol number 6. Protocol number 6, if you expand, it contains destination port number 23. And then it contains the telnet data. And one bonus for that video, everybody. If you right click on that one and you follow the TCP stream, you can see what happened. I typed username admin Cisco123, did not work. I tried that password, did not work. Then I tried this password, it worked. So telnet, if somebody captured the packet using any capturing tool, and if you're using telnet, then everything is revealed by that software. All right, everybody. I hope this session has been informative for you for your TCP IP and OSI journey. If you like that video, please like. And if you think that these contents are useful for you, please subscribe the channel so that you can get something like this. So I am creating the video for CCNA as of now, and slowly we will go in some advanced topic as well. Some of my colleagues, they are creating data center videos as well. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much and have a great time.